Hey guys, welcome to another budget reset video on Budget with a July Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I share everything personal finance. I cover budgeting, saving and investing. If these topics are of interest to you, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. So I am sitting extremely comfortably here on my sofa in my living room as I try to film this video. So this video is going to be about my budget. So we're going to go over my February budget, see how I spent my money, where my money went, look at the goals that I set in February, the financial goals that I set in February. Then we'll touch on the financial goals for March and then the budget for March. This is how I intend to break this video, but as you know, your girl can talk for queen and country, so I hope I'll be able to stick to the format that I want to see for this video. So the tools that are going to help me to share this information with you are: one, firstly, I have my Legend planner. This is a small planner that I got from Amazon for 2023. I used the large big black planner that I absolutely love, but I love this one because I'm able to take it on holiday with me. This is why I opted for the smaller version. I'll link this planner in the description bar below. Then the second tool that I will be using is my laptop, because I will be going over my budget. I'm using the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard 2.0 planner from Press Reset that I bought it last year to use it for this year's budgeting, actually to use it for all of my financial aspects for this year. So I will be using these two tools to help me in today's video. Then I do have my trusted iPad in case there are certain things that I want to quickly bring up that I can't quickly get on the laptop. And then I do have just a plain notebook that I also use to plan out my life. So that is what I am going to be using in today's video. So let us begin first off with the financial goals for February 2024. So for February 2024, I had set the following financial goals. The first one was for me to stick to a £1,500 travel budget. At the moment, I can confidently say that I was able to do this, so we're taking this off. And I say at the moment because I have done all of the calculations for all of my travels and I have been able to stick to that. But because I went to Singapore first, Singapore, then Malaysia, with three of my best friends, the four of us went to these two countries, we were able to split a lot of costs. So once they enter their expenses into Splitwise, I'll see if I owe them money or if they owe me money, and how much I actually spent just for me in total during these 10 days, 11 days in Singapore and Malaysia. So first goal ticked. Second goal was for me to save £200 towards my emergency fund. I was able to do that, and we'll talk about that when I show you the budget template. Third was to save at least £200 in my 52 envelope savings challenge, and I was able to do that. I think if I go further into my plan, I was able to do more than that. I think I ended up sending a little bit more than £200 in the month of February, but yeah, I was able to accomplish that. So in terms of financial goals, I think these are the only three financial goals that I had in the month of February. I did have other goals which you can check out in my first reset for March that I filmed about 2 weeks ago, because I did mention that for this video I would actually film it in March and share it with you in March. Normally for these videos, if you've been on my channel for a little while, you know that I try to film that at least a week or two before the month ends, so like projecting what I want to happen in the new month. But with this one, I thought it made sense for me to do this video after I had returned from my vacation. I've been able to account for all of my expenditure. So yeah, those are the goals that I had for the month of February 2024. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the next segment of it, which is to go over my February budget. So I am going to start my screen record and then start talking about my February budget. So let me start the screen record now and let us begin. So as you can see, we're looking at the February dashboard here, and the theme was to focus on progress and not perfection. I absolutely love these monthly reminders, these monthly themes that they've put in this press reset has put into this template. So in terms of cash flow, income, I budgeted 6,800. I brought in over £100 plus. Bills, I projected under 1,500, and I definitely was under 1,400, and it made up 98% of my total income. Expenses, I budgeted over £3,000, and at the moment it only shows 2,300. This is because I actually have not included everything else that my friends spent on, or any expenditures where I had to divide by 4. I've included expenditures where it's just me, myself and I, but anywhere I have to divide by 4 to include my friends, I haven't included that. I will once they put everything in the Splitwise app that we use. Savings, I budgeted 400. I brought in just under 6. I was able to save under 600. Investments, I said 750. I was able to invest over 800, just under 850. Debt, I always have a budget of 1,200, and I was 1,256. And then when it comes to the rollover, I always budget 2,000, but it was actually under that. It was 1,659. So this is money that has been pulled from the previous month, for the month of January. When it comes to the income tab, I've kind of just blanked that out for privacy reasons, but I've left out my sources of income here. And you know, like I said, I budgeted 4,800 from my income, but obviously a lot of other things came in, and I ended up bringing in a little bit more than that. This accounts for every single source that I did not even think about myself. So that is the breakdown when it comes to the income. So I'm gonna go straight to the investments first. So this is my pay yourself first part of things. Investment, I invest in my ISA, my SIP. Equate is with my employer, Plum, and then Free Trade. What I budgeted, I was able to invest. Then for the Plum app, I said 100. It ended up being just under £200. Free Trade, I said 25. That's exactly how much I was able to invest. Then when it comes over to debt, with debt, I've got a personal loan, I've got advanced mortgage, my two devices, so my mobile and my Apple Watch. So all of these, what I budgeted is more or less what I was able to spend as well. I sent a little bit more towards my personal loan. I sent exactly what I thought I would send to my advanced mortgage. Just under £1 for my, this is extra that I pay towards my devices, and then just over £5 for my watch. So that's how much I was able to send towards my debt. So now if we go back up and look at what my bills were, so when it comes to my bills, so things like my mortgage, council tax, utilities, and all of that, I know that that should be at least under 1,500 for the months where I don't have to pay for water and also pay for council tax. So when it comes to council tax, I think I mentioned this in my previous video, but for council tax, every house in your county in the UK, you pay council tax, so that's your local taxes. And we have this scheme, well, it's not really a scheme, you kind of get to choose how you want yours to be divided. Maybe you want to pay the lump sum for the council tax, or maybe you want to break it down into 10 months. So that is from March, is it March? Yeah, March on to the following year, January, you pay your local taxes, and then February and March itself, yeah, no, April, sorry, April. So February and March, you more or less take a break. So I didn't pay any council tax in February and nothing for March either, because those are the 2 months you take a break, and then you start with the financial year in the new month, which is April. So this is why this was blank, and this is why the amount is a lot lower. And then for my water, I pay every 6 months, I believe, and the next payment should be March, but as at the time of filming this video, I still don't have the bill, so I'm not really sure yet if things have changed. I've been checking the online portal and there's been no information. But for my bills, what I projected, I actually spent £31 less than what I projected, which is pretty good in my eyes. Then when it comes to the expenses, we're going to spend a little bit more time with the expenses. Groceries, I was over by a smidget, and this is because even though I didn't think I was going to spend that much when it came to my groceries, I did have my niece and my nephew come for half term, then I had my parents, and then I've had friends, so my budget was went up a little bit than I normally spend, but that is okay. And I think this is one of the reasons why for March I'm going to be spending a little bit more. Restaurants, I was surprised I didn't spend the whole amount. I budgeted 100. I spent just over £80, which is okay. Coffee and social again surprised me, but then again I was traveling the majority of the month, so it's understandable. Fuel, same thing. I think I managed to top up my car at the end of January, so I didn't really need to top up much in February until I needed to drive to drop off my car before going to the airport. So this is why I only spent less than £40. Tithe and giving, I budgeted 130. I was able to send over £360. Miscellaneous 70, I went over by £1.30. Self-care, I budgeted 150 because that's hair, that's nails, that's eyebrows and all of that good jazz, and I spent just under £100, which was surprising. But then again, my nails surprised me, the cost of them. I thought it was going to be a lot more, but it ended up being less than what I thought, which is always a good thing. Shopping, we went overboard here by £118, which is crazy, but I think the other categories where I haven't overspent, like self-care, kind of makes up for the different. Self-care, restaurant, coffee, all of that, I think it makes up for the overage in shopping. Subscriptions, £250. I spent £185. Travel, like I said, I budgeted £1,500, and I think I should have just said £1,000 or maybe £750 in February and £750 in March, but I didn't. And yeah, because the trip was the last 8 days of February and the first 6-7 days of March, I should have just split this in half, but I didn't. So you will see that there is money left over because I practice a zero-based budgeting system, but there's money left over here which is rolling over into the new month, but that money I'm not counting towards my March budget. I'll show you that in a moment. But essentially here right now it shows just under £500, but this is actually not the case. I have spent all of this money. I am just trying to make sure I only include in my template what I actually spent alone, but the majority of the things, because we're doing as a group of 4, I have to divide by 4, and because I'm waiting for all of my friends to add all of the expenses in there, I haven't added this in yet. So don't let this £1,000 something deceive you. This has already been spent. Housing, budgeted 100 but didn't spend anything. Business, I budgeted 200 but I spent over £500, and this is because as part of my business I bought this new iPad Pro. I don't know if I've shown my mini one, which I've given away, but I ended up buying this iPad Pro for my business, so this is why it's included, because I include my small business expenses in here as well. Then for my gym, I budgeted 50 but I only spent 28. This is because there are 2 Wednesdays where I didn't go. One of them I was traveling, one of them I had family over, so 2 Wednesdays I didn't go means I didn't spend that money, which is fine. So when it comes to the expenses, total expenses are budgeted, like I said, over 3,000. Right now it's showing that I've spent only 2,300, which I know is not the case because it definitely is a lot more than this. Then if I move over to my sinking funds, I already said my budget was 400 but I sent just under £600, which is great. So I was able to add £200 into my sinking funds. Emergency fund, I sent just under um 193 pounds and 81 pence. Vacation 198 and 46 pence. So this is the breakdown of my expenditures. So my bills got 21.8% of my my total income. Expenses, it was 36.1%, savings 9.3%, investments 13.2%, debt was 19.6%. Not a bad breakdown. Obviously I would like for my investments and my savings to increase here, but for now there's debt which I want to get rid of as quickly as possible, and then just so I can focus on sending more money to my investments and towards my savings. What I love about this template is on the top here, the dashboard gives you what your total income was, total bills, total expenses, then you've got your total savings, total invested, and total debt paid, all of that. And then we have the financial goals here on the top, and add the monthly to-dos, which I was able to do as well. But so looking at this, the month of February, financially speaking, wasn't too bad. I am happy with you know, what I was able to accomplish with February, especially with my travel. It was a very busy month, I must say, but I was able to, honestly, I enjoyed it. If I'm honest, I enjoyed how busy it was. I enjoyed just everything about the month of February. Now that we're in the month of March, we're 7 days into the new month. We're 7 days, I can't believe we're 7 days, we're already a week into the new month. I'm excited for this month because I've just come back from my vacation. I am not planning to travel for the rest of the month. I'm planning to take it easy. I think next weekend I'm definitely busy. I have Pilates next Saturday in the morning, and in the evening I'm going out with my friends. Then Sunday I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I know I'm busy. So I do have a lot more free weekends in the month of March, and I intend to use them because your girl could really do with a reset of just doing absolutely nothing. But I also want to get my house cleaned. I was thinking about getting professionally cleaned, ready for spring. So something that I am thinking about, but we shall see. So that is a recap of the February budget. Now let's move over to the next segment, which is looking at my March financial goals. So back to the planner. So the first financial goal that I have for March is to pay off my annual bills. So I do have, I think, 3 or 4 annual bills that are coming up in the month of March that I need to take care of. So that's my buildings and contents insurance, Amazon Prime membership is coming up, my Viki app is coming up. Oh, and another one that I forgot about was Linktree, that I completely forgot about it, but should definitely add to my list here of annual bills that I need to pay. But I do have those annual bills that I want to pay. And then the second one is I would like to pay off 2 credit cards. So if you don't know, I have 4 credit cards in total. I have my Barclays card, first American Express, Barclays card, then I have Halifax Rewards and Lloyd's Rewards. I don't really use the Lloyd's one at all, it just sits there. Then my Halifax, I use it a lot for everyday spending together with my Amex, and then the Barclays card I use it for spending abroad because it's 0 FX fees, forex fees I should say, when I am abroad, which I absolutely love. So for the trip that I've just come on, 95% of my expenses have been put onto that card. So I would like to pay off 2 credit cards this month if I can. And then I would also like to pay off my solo trip for May this month as well, because it's due next week Saturday. So I would like to pay that off. And then I would also like to pay off my devices that I have with Vodafone. So my mobile, even though I don't have to, I do want to take this off the plate. So I would like to pay this off, and I would like to finish paying off my watch as well, so that I am device debt free, including my business one as well. So I need to pay this off. The business obviously needs to pay this off before my tax year ends actually, so I want to pay this off as well, so all my devices will be 100% paid off. So that is my final goal. So pay off my annual bills, pay off 2 credit cards, pay off my solo trip, and pay off my devices. So the theme is to pay off a lot of things, and I think the reason why I want to do this is because obviously it's the end of Q1, and before I enter Q2 I would like to accomplish as much as I can, because for Q1 my goals were to save up at least £5,000 in my emergency fund. I want to reach over 45k in my pension, workplace pension, sorry, which I was already able to accomplish, and then I would like to clear my credit cards. So if I could accomplish these goals before I enter Q2, that will be chef's kiss. So those are the goals. I don't know if I've got anything. Oh no, I have one more, which is to complete my 52 envelope savings challenge and start my 100 envelope savings challenge. So I only have £499 left to save for my 52 envelope savings challenge, so I would like to do that in the month of March so that I can comfortably start the 100 envelope savings challenge either at the end of March or at the beginning of April as part of my Q2 thing. And then this money that with the 100 envelope savings challenge will go to travel, but I'll see if I can keep it off radar for a while so I can just focus on other things. I want to start paying off a lot of my trips so I don't have to spend too much when I'm there. But yeah, so those are my financial goals. Now let us head back onto my laptop and start my March budget. So I'm going to just go into March. Okay, so we're in March now, and I'm going to start the screen record now. Okay, so we're back to recording March. So for the month of March, the theme is mindset is what separates the best from the rest. I really do love this. It really speaks to me because, you know, a lot of us, when it comes to money, we've got a scarcity mindset. I know I do sometimes exhibit those symptoms, and I'm trying to work my way out of that. But yeah, so mindset is what separates the best from the rest. So let us begin. You can already see that I've got zero money. I've overspent already because we're 7 days into the month, and yeah, let's just talk about it. So cash flow, when it comes to cash flow, what I'm projecting is income 6,650. At the moment, from my month ahead, I've been able to throw in 1,928. My bills, I've paid some of my bills already. Expenses I've already projected. I'm thinking around over £2,000. Savings 750, investments 850, and debt the usual 1,200. As you can see, I haven't ticked here to include the rollover because this money is actually earmarked already for the expenses that I have already done in February. So this is more like just repaying the credit cards and stuff like that. So yeah. Then you see here this lovely picture. This is just blocking off my my incomes because I've put in the expected amounts to come to a. Okay, so I needed to take a break there for a second because my camera decided to die on me, but okay, so my equipment is doing the most, but let's continue with the budget. So for the bills summary, starting off with the mortgage, paid this off already. I projected 900, that's what I've paid, but it's actually 871.93 pence, and then I paid the extra. Nothing for council tax, like I mentioned already. Then for my combined utilities, it's 120, that's what I projected, that's what I paid. And then for my income protection, is actually 84.49, but I always budget more than it actually is, except for combined utilities, so that's that. And then life insurance 79.68. Then for my Vodafone, I projected more, for 76 is what I paid. Then moving to travel insurance, I paid £22 instead. Okay, so I needed to take a break there for a second because my camera decided to die on me. But I was saying, for my second mobile, I didn't get charged in February. It ended up getting charged in March, so we've included that in my March budget. So this is what I've projected more. Normally I just budget £15, but I'm doubling it because the February bill came out in March, but I know the March will come out in March. So yeah, this is why it's more. So the first payment of $13.29 has gone through, and now I just have to wait for the second one. And I think I'll send an email to say this is actually going up, so watch this space. We'll see what April. I need to go back into my emails and write all of these emails that I've got about prices going up. Like I got an email yesterday telling me that my my Disney Plus, which I pay for annually and is due in April, is going up. So I budgeted 100, I believe, but now it's going to be 101 and something. So I need to update those numbers again. Anyway, TV license I've paid, I budgeted 15, it's actually 13.25. My wellness is due in a couple of days time, 125. Water, I've just put in £300 here because I have no idea. At the time of filming this video, I still don't have the bill yet, so I have zilch idea how much this will be, but I'm thinking because last time was 280, so I'm just putting at £300, so hopefully this will be enough. And then no taxes, but I should have a bill for taxes either in April or in May when I submit my 2023 to 2024 taxes for my small business, so that will be included in here once I know how much I owe. So yeah, projected 1,760. I actually have already spent 1,309.69 pence. When it comes to my expenses, so because it's early days and I just came back from vacation, there really isn't much here, but for groceries, like I mentioned on the first portion of this video when I was looking at my February budget, that normally I budget 200, but I'm doing 250. I'm just trying to keep up with inflation, but also like when I know I'm gonna be hosting family, I need to add a little bit more money into the pot. Restaurants were sticking to 100, coffee and social sticking to 100, fuel sticking to 100, gifts and tithe we're increasing this to 200, miscellaneous 50, self-care 150. This will always be 150 plus because that's how much it costs me to do my hair, my nails, my eyebrows, and all of that good jazz. Shopping, we're bringing it down to 50 because we really don't need to buy anything this month, if I'm honest. Subscriptions, I'm increasing it to 500 because I do have other bills. This is actually going to be a lot more, I think maybe even like 600, but again, I'm still playing around with the numbers. It's quite late for me in the month to do this budget, but for now there's the numbers I'm working with. Travel, I'm putting 240 because there is the first 6 days of this month I was still traveling, so there's expenses that I need to input. Housing, I'm putting 100, even though I spent zilch last month. I think I'm going to spend some stuff for spring in March. Business, I'm putting 200, and I've already spent 41, 49, and then gym 50. I was supposed to go to the gym even when I was going out, but I haven't, and I don't think this is how much I'll spend, but in case I go twice a week, this will be correct. Then savings and investing, I think for this one 750 is what I'm projecting, and vacation, this is tied to the 52 envelope savings charge, so £500. Emergency fund, just 100 I'm projecting, but I think I'm gonna add a lot more. Gifts 50, house rental 50, sinking funds 50, but I know these numbers, I'm just basing it on the lowest that I can expect this month, so yeah, let's just go with that. And then if we come down here to the investments, nothing different here, is going to be the same amount, so 850 as usual. And then for the debt summary, 1,200 as well because it's the same, 700 including the extra towards my my loan. My advanced mortgage, I've already made the £400 payment, £50 towards the watch, the phone, and 50 towards the watch. So we're just gonna see how this goes, but this is the budget. These are my monthly intentions. I've got these activities that I want to do, and then these are my top goals, which I've already mentioned. But yeah, this is my March budget. I don't really have a lot to to say, and my camera is flashing, so we're just gonna end here. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.